Hi, I'm Dan Indra, and I...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. And on tap tonight, it's Colorado Springs going up against Charlotte. And for Charlotte, over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. And with all of Curry's talents, one of the great shooters of all time, maybe the greatest. Kenny, where does he stand among all-time great players, period?
Wow, all-time players. Now, that's
all-time great players, period.
Well, he's starting to get in the discussion because of the multiple MVP things and the championships.
He's bad.
Because the greatest players in the world, not only have they won awards, but they've won multiple championships. So he's moving into that category right now.
I don't know what Kenny is saying. It's about something you could hear and something you can wear.
What's that?
Rings, baby.
Ooh.
Rings.
You can hear them.
2 rings won't get it. 3, maybe. 4, 5, woo, 6,
Okay.
I just can't add anything to that.
Oh. Dang, man, I'm really in this stream by myself.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Streaming by myself is boring. I'm actually just talking to myself right now. What the fuck?
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Joined in the booth.
Hey, I'm not talking to myself anymore.
This is Kevin Harlan, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Last game for the Hornets, they picked up the W against the Dallas Mavericks.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
But it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kevin Durant is much improved as a defender, and maybe it's some overdue appreciation, at least as he sees it. He said, people are starting to recognize me as more than just a scorer. I've been trying to shake that rap since 2012.
Yeah.
I look to impact the game on both ends of the floor. Kevin, back to you.
A two-way player to be sure, D.A. Thanks. We can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do, rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is that some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward, given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Aldridge out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Durant. And it's Lowry in at the 1 spot. Now here's Durant.
KD said, I need a win.
Stats. He's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Now the pass to Butler. And stolen by Booker.
Come on, D-Book. Show me some. Show me some.
First quarter of play. 1 minute played. Middleton against Aldridge. Middleton can't get it to go.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
And sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down.
Dang, KD was a layup.
And I really thought he was going to send that shot the other way, but at least he forces the miss.
Well, just good timing on his part. Anytime the shooter has to adjust, the defense...
Curry! Dang!
Good from long range. Curry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, that's one of the game's greatest three-point shooters, so don't be shocked.
Get him. Get that.
Gasol kicks to Aldridge.
Post work. Can't hold me, sorry.
Rebound by Joel Embiid.
And somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
Marcus Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Nice ball movement by Colorado Springs. Back to Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots.
Yeah, and he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
Steph Curry, Brent, is there any doubt in your mind that he is the greatest shooter in NBA history?
I don't think there's any doubt, but I like the fact that Steph Curry doesn't want to be a one-trick pony, and he isn't. He's trying to be better at making plays. He's trying to be better at making good decisions. He's trying to be better as a defender. And so all of these things for Steph Curry is not satisfied with the things that he's done so far in his career, which have all been elite.
And here is Butler. After the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Shots good by Butler.
Yeah, Kevin knows when he can score, so he waits and makes sure that somebody else doesn't have a better shot before he does that. Good play there.
Markkanen dishes to Booker. Gasol against Embiid. Over Gasol. Rejected by Gasol. Butler against Booker. Butler finds Durant. Gasol, the bounce pass. Pass to Durant. For 3. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
It's Curry outside. Good on the three-point shot. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Hornets trail by 7. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
Yeah, you know, some of the shots are just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
And some changes here for Colorado Springs. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Embiid. Ben Simmons comes in for Markkanen, and it's Williams in for Booker. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jokic has checked in for Gasol. Gordon Hayward comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bradley Beal's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Kyle Lowry.
That's a pretty smooth release for a 6'10" center on the perimeter.
That one good for 2. Simmons got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Bradley Beal.
Beal, the pass to Hayward. Durant feeling it out.
Oh, I thought Westbrook was all about to say.
Westbrook against Curry.
Maybe Westbrook can get his first win today.
On the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. They get Stephen Curry.
Well, after averaging a triple-double during the 16-17 MVP campaign for Russell Westbrook, he just keeps coming at you. What an electrifying and exciting player.
Aaron Gordon, who's checking in for Colorado Springs. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You know, every night that I get a chance to be called to do a broadcast and sit here courtside, I appreciate it so much to be able to watch Russell Westbrook this close. The combination of his motor and incredible talent.
DeAndre.
It's an all-time sort of run he's on, and great to watch it.
Here's Westbrook. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Over Curry.
Step back.
And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Defense has to feel
can't
fortunate.
get no type of
Somehow
offense
he
going.
missed that opportunity, and still,
Easy.
there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
And what skill from Simmons. A total genius
that one's me, baby.
Leading the defense and
I'm watching my own screen. Give it up.
Curry on the wing. He's covered by Westbrook. Curry kicks to Simmons. Trying to find Curry. He's got it now.
Curry.
And now it's a double-digit lead. Curry's got 11 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Who knew Westbrook could be such a play?
Separating the shot clock and game clock.
This we at least better score.
Now here's Westbrook. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Fires the 3. Here's Jokic.
So great to see Steph taking on the challenge defensively, getting up into his man that time.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Colorado Springs leads by 11. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
8-19.
The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
It's different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. Try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Colorado Springs. Guys?
Boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
A nice game plan coming in, and right now sticking to it.
Okay,
nice
Westbrook, you actually did something useful. Let's go.
Miritich. Then it's Simmons.
There you go.
Then it's Jordan. And it's Williams at the shooting guard. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Hayward out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Harris. And it's Westbrook in at point guard. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey guys, well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Al Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc.
And why?
More emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it.
Damn, I'm bored.
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Booker, he's checked in for Colorado
Springs.
Springs.
D-Book.
Something the NBA has tested out in the G League, Brent. Coaches' challenges. What do you think?
I think the idea of making sure that the handkerchief matches the tie is a great idea.
Only you would say that. Only you would say that.
I'm just worried with some of the casual styles in the NBA that it's not going to be accessible. But I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be interesting for the league. But it's going to happen.
Anything to make these coaches do more, make more decisions,
and make decisions that you know can impact whether or not your team wins the basketball game or loses it, because after a referee makes a determination that you think might be the other way, or they don't look at a replay where you're sure and certain that you could get possession, I'm reaching for the hanky.
And Colorado Springs making a change here. Embiid's checked in.
Could it be there?
Left side, Miritich.
Damn.
A lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Son LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, more of this from Miritich would be a good thing for this ball club, and he's aggressive inside. He's capable of drawing contact and finding some freebies.
Colorado Springs shooting their first free throws of the game. First free throw is good. Marc Gasol's checked in for Nikola Jokic. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Lowry with the ball. Gasol kicks to Aldridge.
Go to work, Aldridge.
Shoots over Miritich.
There it is.
And with that shot, the Colorado Springs lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from LaMarcus Aldridge.
There you go, Hornets. Come back in the game. Slowly but surely.
Lowry against Simmons. That's
Never
good
mind.
from Miritich on the assist by Simmons.
Back down the road.
That's 7 points for Nikola Miritich. Lowry finds Aldridge.
He's open.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Miritich. That's his first foul. And Colorado Springs making a change here. Middleton's checked in. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Hands to Harris. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside. Harris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can tee up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Now here's Lowry. Devin Booker missing his last shot. And with that shot, the Colorado Springs lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Lowry.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda. And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Mirotic. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Durant's checked in. Now here's Simmons. He has 6. Good work defensively by Lowry.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Butler kicks to Lowry. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Butler. That's good. Nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game.
Very steady in-between game there for Butler. You don't want to let him get too many of those.
Now here's Booker. He picked up 12 points in their last one against the Kings in Sacramento. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture
they coming back.
in this game.
Come back, Caesar.
The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
And here is Simmons following Kyle Lowry's 3. Here's Embiid.
Get that out of here.
By Gasol. Butler in the
3. Jimmy.
3.
They're getting a lot of their points.
Oh, they going there. Oh, my God.
3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And Colorado Springs decides to take their first timeout right here.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, he gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
And some changes here for Colorado Springs. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Embiid. Williams comes in for Booker. And it's Stephen Curry in for Simmons. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Bradley Beal's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Now here's Markkanen. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Will it go? And Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got the game tied up here for Colorado Springs. And with Gasol, he continues to develop his outside shot, Greg, to act as a stretch center now.
Yeah, and really the combination of his 3-ball shooting and his passing, really, even at this stage of his career, makes him a tough cover. You worry if he'll settle too much for that outside shot, but boy, when he is on, there are few answers for slowing him down. If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
Now here's Butler. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas.
Bang!
One drops. Butler's got 7 points here in this quarter.
You can just tell in his gait and the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Here's Jordan. Back to Curry.
Back door. Come on, Lowry.
It's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. And that's 15 points for Steph Curry. Beal taking his time here. Kicks to Durant. Over Middleton. Open jump shot off the mark. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Colorado Springs ahead, leading by just 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He ended up with 15 points and 1 steal. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted. Playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
Curry on pace to drop 30 if you drop 15 in the next half.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
Dang, people jumping out.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Curry has been sensational.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Devin Booker out there with Curry. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Embiid in at the center position. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Now Durant. After Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. And Butler gets it to go.
And the three-pointer's a shot Butler always keeps in the mix. Adds a nice dimension to his game.
Curry kicks to Markkanen. Curry against Lowry. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's Butler.
Yes, sir, Jimmy. Yes, sir.
He's quick to miss from the field.
This is the
You
Jimmy
can
I
tell
know.
right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Now
This
here's
is Jimmy
Booker.
I know.
Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Thank you, Embiid.
Embiid, the pass to Curry.
Three.
His three-pointers off the mark. Charlotte leading by 3.
Curry starting to break.
Down low, Gasol. A basket good off the assist from Durant.
Oh boy, he's starting
Durant's
to get
got
high.
5 assists tonight.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And Booker kicks to Markkanen. Here's Embiid. And
Hey!
good. Embiid's got his first bucket in this one.
Dang, his
He
plus
has
minus
to
numbers
respect
are
Booker's
awful.
passing ability. Fantastic at finding guys in their spots.
Lowry finds Aldridge.
Three.
Oh,
deep two.
Durant. And there's another one for the Hornets.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Curry outside. Sinks
Look
the
at this
triple.
dude.
Curry's got 18 points.
Steph with the initiative here, taking charge, and tonight making a ton of
Get
things.
Curry some help.
Well, Steph Curry's quick
Help
release
him.
makes his three-point shot almost impossible, and then you add the fact that Steph can do it off the dribble. So anytime he gets somebody shifting their back foot and they're trying to recover, by the time they're halfway there, the ball's already off and on its way. So one of the quickest, one of the more devastating shots in all of basketball.
And some changes here for Colorado Springs. Mirotic is checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Aaron Gordon comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Ben Simmons in for Curry. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jokic is checked in for Gasol. Hayward comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. For Charlotte, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Two shots.
Can I be a coochie master?
Free throw good from Hayward. And Curry said in his training he speeds up his release to the point where it's uncomfortable. So in the game, for him, everything slows down.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, Kevin, his closely guarded three-pointers are just as accurate as when he's got a wide open three-pointer. No defender within 4 to 6 feet. He's knocking down the same kind of percentage. So the fact that Steph has the ability and knows to practice those sort of things speaks to just how much he's invested in the shooting craft.
Now, here is Mirotic. 7 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Of course, this man will get the board.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit.
Fuck it.
Charlotte,
oh my God.
Colorado Springs
This man can hit a shot for nothing, bro. 2K did him dirty.
Booker outside. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Westbrook against Simmons. Tipped away.
Strip. At least Westbrook playing defense. I'll give it back. Corner.
Hayward. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Hayward's got 5 points so far.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
It's good. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I was on my frontal I was thinking here. It, and I guess it came out.
We have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals. There's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch together. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA. This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Westbrook kicks to Harris. Gordon against Hayward. Over Gordon.
Lord, that was a tough shot. That was a mean shot. Oh, D-Book. Flip him. Just step back and pull up.
Booker looking around. Right side, Mirotic.
That was it.
Pass to Simmons. There's the dish to Gordon for the tie. Another 3 for Colorado Springs.
Just an amazing feat.
You got non-shooters. What? That don't even make sense.
Near the three-point line.
Oh, Westbrook hit
from the top of the key. Westbrook's got his second basket of the game.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Baby in the paint.
Simmons dishes to Mirotic. Count it.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Shoots from 12.
Yes. Westbrook's hitting shots. Oh my God.
Attack.
It's a miracle.
Attack. That's Russell getting closer to the rim and just gets more and more aggressive in there.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook.
You're coming out the game.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
I had to tell him. I don't know anymore. Daddy came out.
Simmons passes to Williams.
Blue Will.
12 seconds left here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Williams.
7 seconds, good time.
Simmons got it all.
Prove me wrong. Hit the side.
With 3, Westbrook. No good. That's tie game in Colorado Springs. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Setting the floor for the Hornets. They've got Jimmy Butler. Lowry out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Durant in a power forward. Colorado Springs has gotten 2/3 of the 3-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6-9 overall.
See how skilled Middleton is, ready to pull the trigger, and the defense is going to have to do better.
Now here's Durant. Here's Jokic. He kicks it to Butler. For Middleton, Butler, no good.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Hornets trail by 4. Lowry finds Durant. Now, here's Jokic. Inside, here's Lowry. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. 9 points for Kyle Lowry.
Well, a big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
It's deflected.
Oh, they go.
And stolen by
Dunk
Kyle
on
Lowry.
him. He's a bitch.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's good from Durant.
It's pretty evident to see that Kevin Durant is driven to be a great player, but it's his love for the game. The passion he has for basketball is something that's just off the charts. I know he's anxious to have another great competitive year in the NBA.
Charlotte making a switch here. Gasol's check.
Bang.
Curry, Cook.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
And Jokic wide open, he shoots, and the Hornets miss again.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
I'm not sure, but that could be a game-changing miss. He wanted that bad.
Hornets trail by 3.
Damn, Jimmy.
And it's Butler missing.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
Middleton against Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls up. That one wide left.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Hangs it from downtown. Curry's got 24.
Well, when Steph gets loose in transition, you know you're going to get burned. So he takes off like a rocket and slams it home.
And the Hornets call time here. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team, while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. And some changes here for Colorado Springs. Joel Embiid comes in for Jordan, and it's Booker in for Williams. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Aldridge is checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Everyone's trying to keep him focused.
Now here's Butler. Devin Booker missing his last shot. And the basket by Lowry.
And that in-between range is a shot Lowry uses to keep defenders off balance. As good as he is with the 3-ball or attacking at the rim, he still has that mid-range to fall back on.
The shot by Curry, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Outside for Lowry. Here's Durant. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one.
And he sort of had that look in his eyes. Durant staying cool in a clutch moment.
Now here's Embiid. The pass to Booker. This one for 3.
Bang!
Ball is good.
That's got to feel good. A guy who can score, stepping up and hitting buckets, as important as that one.
Passes to Durant. Embiid with the steal. Durant against Middleton. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Markkanen.
Give me the book. Give me the book.
Booker against Butler. And it's good.
This nigga D-Book's so nasty.
Now it's a 7-point Colorado Springs lead. Pass to Durant. For Middleton. And the rejection by Embiid. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Colorado Springs. giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Gasol with the steal. Rejected by Gasol.
And at a certain point, there's just nothing more you can do.
Well, they're nearing that point right now. Everything would have to go perfectly just to give them a shot.
Now here's Curry. On the wing, Booker, defended by Butler. And Middleton kicks to Embiid. Over Aldridge. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And Colorado Springs leads by 9. And the Hornets call time here. They're trailing by 9. 36 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, pure desperation right now, Clark. You think there's enough time?
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Steph Curry.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. Feeds to Jordan. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Here's Gordon. Knocked away.
It takes a miracle at this point.
Right, with this deficit and this late in the game, their time has already passed.
It's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Charlotte calls timeout. They're down by 9. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Beal from long range. That one's not going to go. Williams looking over the floor. And so Colorado Springs takes the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, where did you try to make the most impact tonight?
Just trying to limit those guys to one shot. They have a really big team, so keeping them off the board. But, you know, setting screens and rolling, putting pressure on those guys. Our guys are shooting the basketball, so it really opened it up for easy looks.
That is how you can impact the game without touching the ball, DeAndre. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.
Shit.